Yes, come on through, come on in. We are here this morning. It's
We
a
are
beautiful
here.
Friday, a wonderful day to be empowered. And I'm telling you, we are ready for it because listen, the weekend is here. And Sparkle, I just realized that there's so many people who just live for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Their Monday through Thursdays are like crap, and then they are just waiting for the weekend to get here.
Thank
But
God it's not us.
God is not us, baby, because we live in
Yes,
every single day.
yes.
We ready for every single
We
day
are
that there is, every
never.
day that we have
Yes,
breath. Let us rejoice
yes.
and be glad in it, right?
And not only that, because first of all, we're not around here just existing. We are living abundant life. Every single day is a new day. But second, you know how people normally mindset is Friday 13th. You better be careful. It's spooky day. It's Friday. I wish I
Forget
would.
about that because 13 is my favorite number because of that. I love the number 13 because everybody wants you to be no.
No,
What it means to you
no.
is not what it means to me. No, I'm going to be blessed. Friday, a blessed Friday the 13th. I
I
love
wish
it every time it hits.
I would. Let
Look,
some.
I'm always doing the opposite. So I love Friday the 13th because it means to me it's going to be a double good
That means
blessing.
blessings on top of blessings
Blessings
type
on
of
top
day.
of blessing. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Good morning, Miss Patricia. Thank you, ladies, for being here. And we're excited because we have a special guest with us this morning. I mean, we have been ready. She has been, honey, I said, coming in bright eyed and bushy tailed and ready to talk about her and her books because she is an author. And so, y'all know, this week has been really good for us because
It has.
we had Kendall Henderson on from DFW Den radio station on Empowered 365 Live. And so, you know what? He came in, he dropped the word about the gospel and about blessing people. And so, this has been a fruitful week. And then, of course,
Yeah.
she's been bringing the heat all week long. I'm telling you, she has been giving us gems and
Uh,
nuggets and
oh my
just to
gosh.
help us get ourselves together. Because what we say, we are healing for
For
real
real this
this
time.
year. We are
And
not playing
and don't
with it at
forget,
all.
one thing for sure that we do is win, one, and winning. It's a
Yes,
lifestyle. It's how we live. It's not failure is not a part of our DNA.
it's
That's
not.
not even in our DNA. Like that word should never come out of your mouth because that has nothing to do with you. When they say fail, you look. I know they can't be
Who's that?
talking to me.
Oh, they weren't talking to me. Good morning, Kelly.
It
They
was
were
not.
not talking to me.
So
But
let me
listen,
move
we're getting
on.
ready to go ahead and bring our guest on so we can get this good conversation started. So, y'all, help me welcome to the virtual stage, Miss Alexis Holmes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome, welcome.
Thank
Welcome
you. Thank you
to
guys
the
for having me.
best place you could ever be at on this.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you.
Thank you for being. Thank you for being.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity.
You are more than
Absolutely. When we started talking about, having somebody on the show, and I was like, let me see if Alexis is available because you are doing it with these, the Lioness within devotionals. And so before we even get into that, share a little something with everybody, just a brief bio or description or whatever it is that you want to share about who you are, and then what
Okay.
made you pursue the author journey?
Girl, gonna hype you up. Hype you up.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. My name is Alexis Holmes. I am a first-time author, which is never in a million years thought I could do that. So if I can
Just
do
getting
it,
started.
yes, if I can do it, I believe anybody can do it. We all have a story to tell. There's a story within all of us. That's just the honest truth. I'm an emerging speaker. My new book, The Lioness Within, is a 90-day devotional for queens of faith, a devotional designed to help women awaken their strength, courage, faith that already lives inside them. There is a lioness within all of us, and there's a lion within a male. The 90 devotional is meant to encourage women to rebuild their confidence, align their hearts with promises of for God, arise above hearts, fear, doubt, silence, anything that we feel as an everyday woman. Each day includes a devotional message. It's a reflection. There's a lioness note. There's a quote, affirmation, and then there's a closing prayer. This book was born during a time for me where I was grieving my grandmother. It's a excuse me, I'm sorry. It's a spiritual growth for me after the passing of my beloved grandmother, Vera Lee Holmes. Through that journey, God reminded me that we are not just surviving, we are refining, we are empowered and positioned for new purpose. And
Mm.
so during that time, I was able to just write. We all have our different ways of grieving, and mine was becoming just writing about my grandmother, just everything she would tell me on a everyday basis. I truly believe I never thought that she could have if there was an issue, a problem. Did you go to the Book of Ruth? No, I didn't. Let's go to the Book of Ruth. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you looked at the Book of Matthew today? No, I didn't. Well, let's see what Book of Matthew would say. And she would just have the answer for everything. Everything was just she would open the Bible and say, well, let's look at Luke. Let's look into Luke today, or go to Proverbs. And to me, that was such an amazing thing because
Yeah.
It is.
especially as a young girl,
Yeah.
in my teenage life, in my youth, and my adulthood, and if there was a problem for anything, she could resolve it.
Yes.
She had an affirmation. She had a just it. It was just she that matriarch of the
Yeah.
family.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, girl. You talking about from one grandmama baby? Because it's not like being a grandmama's baby. I'm a grandmama's baby too. So I
Beautiful
understand.
foundation that is to
Yes.
have your grandmother pour that wisdom into you, to set the foundation that in all things the Bible has the answer. And
Yes.
everything that goes on in life, go there to search, not out in the world and not to your
Not
To
friends,
your
out in the
but
world.
friend.
go to the Word of God. And when you do that, man, Miss Phyllis, that's totally awesome. When you have that, it's such a beautiful thing, not only that you have it, but
Mm-hmm.
that you honor it.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Sometimes
Yes,
people
ma'am.
don't really get to
They don't
honor people in
appreciate
that
that.
way. Yeah, or don't
That
even really think about
like
it. They just take it for
grandmama, go
granted.
on. You like
Yes.
no. I mean, I'm
And
out here
and
trying to do my life, and you trying to take me to.
absolutely. And and I
Look,
always say this new generation, they don't hang out with their grandparents
They
like
don't.
like I did. I love being around my
That was
grandmother.
the safest place ever.
It was just like I could just go to grandma for anything. She was just
Mm-hmm.
I love going to see her, spend time with her, and I have a 15-year-old, and every weekend he
You look
goes.
like you 15. Now I feel old. Because that's something my grandmama would
Thank
say.
you.
I feel old. You look like you 15 to
Thank
have a
you.
15-year-old girl.
They
But
say black people don't age that like that.
we don't crack. We don't crack. But
No.
the beautiful thing about your grandmother, when she passed, what she birthed. She she passed to go to heaven, but you birthed the lioness within you. You birthed the lioness that was sitting inside you all this time. Your grandmother went away, and look what you birthed in return. You said, I'm gonna be my grandma. I'll be her right now. I'm going to represent her and help
Absolutely.
other people, because you know what your grandmother instilled in you. So now you're
Absolutely.
instilling what she put inside of you out to the world.
Absolutely. And a lot of it was, most of it was just, when you're anything, you could be going through hard times, your emotional standpoint has to remain in control. It doesn't matter that, yes, I'm grieving, but I still have to remind myself that my son doesn't understand what I'm grieving. He doesn't understand. I still have to put my emotions to the side and be a mother. I still have to go do my job. I still have to go. I can't, my life doesn't stop because of the emotion that I'm feeling, the anger, the loss, the why, the questions that I'm feeling. It doesn't stop, because you only get so many days to grieve according to work. They only give you so many days, bereavement days. But that's not enough time in my mind
It's
to
not.
grieve my grandmother.
Like, who
You
came up with that concept? Because you think about it, when you are in the midst of grief and you have lost someone essential, not just important, but essential in your life, 3 days. What is 3 days going to do?
What is
Where does
3 days
three
gonna
days
do?
come from? How do you expect me to bottle up what
Yeah,
I feel and be functional in 3 days? In three
in
days,
3 days.
I'm still in denial. In three
And
days,
my and
And
come
I
back
think
and it doesn't matter who the loss is, but they
yeah,
expect you to come back and be
and pop
back
back
to
in
work.
and just back to work. But
Back
mhm,
to
in
work.
3 days,
business
you
as
just
usual.
getting past the shock. Like you
I
ain't
just
even
buried her 3 days ago.
you haven't even processed
That's
what's really.
right.
And let's think about it. Melon families don't do funerals very fast. We take our time.
Right,
Somebody
right.
could pass away on the 13th. It might be the 26th before before we even.
Tell the truth,
Absolutely.
baby. Tell the facts.
So you gonna
Facts.
give me 3 days?
3 days.
3 days.
3 days. But
And
you know
make
what?
it,
I
and
love
in
that
our
you
mind
said
we're
you had
like
to
trying
manage.
to make everything make sense.
Yes.
Come back to work, and you want me to, all right, get back to my duties, as if I didn't just bury my loved one.
The
So
essential.
Had a traumatic experience. But I love that you said you managed your emotions because
Mm-hmm.
you knew that even in the midst of me grieving, and you mentioned something else, anger. Because a lot of times when we lose somebody we love, we are angry. Like
Yeah.
my mother. Like
Like you could have took a million other
you know what?
people.
My grandmother was valuable. I needed her. She was important in
Yeah.
my life. My son needs to be there to be able to experience what I grew up with.
Yes.
By her. So it's the emotional turmoil that goes inside of a person who is truly grieving. It can't be bottled up into 3 days. And
It
then you are
can.
expected to go back. But they say that all the time. And Miss Phyllis said, I see a lot of my grandmother in me. At times I sound like her and more. Thanks for this amazing reflection.
Yeah. See, you already. They haven't even opened your book yet,
I
and you
know, right? We ain't
already
even got
blessing
to
them. You already giving them a
make an
reflection.
impact.
and so with that, I decided to write a book. It came out, and
I love, and I.
I
Before you even go in it, let's talk about, pull that back up, because let's talk about that cover. That cover. I love how you're looking the lion in the eye, showing that
Reflection
reflection
of what's inside.
of what's inside, and it's yellow, the sunshine, like that's what they say. Flash
Yes.
it.
And
That's it.
Alexis Sparta does mirror talk. So she's really big at looking at yourself in the mirror and speaking affirmations to yourself,
absolutely, I
encouraging
believe
yourself to
that.
speak in
Huge
life.
on it.
So
It
I knew that
saved
I
you
my
would
believe
life.
benefit.
that wholeheartedly. and that's one thing I loved about the book. It wasn't when you get to writing it and you dive in and you realize it's not just for grieving people. It's for
No.
all women. It's for all women because we all have to learn how to control this right here.
Woo!
She can't come out because I want her because to be honest, a lot of us like our lioness.
They do.
A lot of us feel
Gives them that
confident.
confidence.
It's their confidence,
Boldness, exactly.
boldness. It's like our chest sits up.
Mm-hmm.
You and with women particularly, we attend when we walk into a room full of women, our lioness comes out immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It is she is sitting on the table with us. And
Yep.
she doesn't sit at the table with us. She sits right here beside me. And when I tell her to
Yes.
move, she moves on my terms, not when she
Come
wants to
on.
move.
On your terms, not
And a lot
she
of
don't
times
get
it's the
control.
completely opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely the opposite with women. The lioness is moving, and Alexis or Dr. Sparkle, she's back here somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
We're
and the
just
lioness is
trying
the
along.
one making the shots and moving, and
Yes. And
we're
doing all
reversing
that and
roles,
doing foolishness. Oh my
and we
God.
can't do that. We can't do that. You have to learn how to. That's why I said we all have a lioness within us. Whatever the situation is, it could be a broken marriage, and a lot. That's a whole lot of anger there. It could be a loss of a job,
Mm-hmm.
but we still have duties. Especially as for me in the role of a mother, I still have a duty to upheld. I still have to go to work. These bills don't stop, and our emotions get out of control, and our lioness out here just acting a fool, and we have to learn how to rear her back in and say, I need you to stay still. But then there are moments where we do need our lioness. I have a cub. So I'm always going to protect him. Something happens to
Mm-hmm.
him.
That's so
There's
good.
al- there's always those moments where we do need our lioness. And
Yes.
I believe that. I believe that there are moments where the lioness is meant to move, but she move. You know how when my grandmother always say, "Do you feel the hairs on your back of your neck stand up?"
Mhm.
And that's that intuition as a woman, that
Mm-hmm.
lioness is letting you know that something's not right, something
Uh,
doesn't feel right. What is that feeling? That is the lioness speaking, letting you know you need to look
yes.
around. What's going
It's
on?
not safe.
It's not safe. So there are moments we do need
Beautiful.
her, and
Yeah.
we do need to, she needs to be present, but under my terms,
Yeah.
not on her terms.
You have the authority of you have the authority over her to
Absolutely.
control her.
What so
To
many
control
women
her.
miss. We have an internal set
Mm-hmm.
of instructions inside of us. And a lot of times we're going outside to find out how to do this or what to do instead of
Absolutely.
seeking what's inside. But at the same time, what's inside can also make you or break you if you're not in control of the emotions, if you're not
Mm-hmm.
in control of, how you show up and how you behave when you're out here.
Absolutely.
And going to the Bible, like your grandmother said, have you checked Ruth or have you checked Proverbs?
Have you
Going
checked? Look,
in
that is so
will
beautiful.
give you instructions on how to tame the lioness within. Because a lot of times the devil wants the lioness to be a fool. He wants
Mm-hmm.
the lioness
He
She
to go out
like
does.
it.
here.
Oh, loves it.
He
Loves
wants you to go out
loves
here
it.
and
Oh,
he uses you. If you think about it, the devil uses people to
Oh,
take
absolutely.
you out of character. And so if
yes.
the
To
lioness
get
in
him
you
the
is not
glory.
tamed, she's going to fight back and roar back because she's feeling attacked
Yep.
versus
Absolutely.
using the intuition, taming the lion and saying, I can show you better than I can tell you, because sometimes silence will get a person way more than coming and
Way
tapping back.
more.
Silence will kill something inside of somebody. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's so funny how people like, she cussed me out. And you like, I did not cuss you out. I did not cuss you
You
out.
did not.
I did not. What are you talking about? I haven't even said a word. I dare you try to speak that on me. And they was like, you don't have to, because your aroma says, get out of my way, move out of my way. I'm quiet right now and I don't want to open my mouth. So I'm asking you, like it's doing all the speaking that you need it to do. And let's keep it honest. We need silence.
We need
Because
silence sometimes.
if we don't, then the lion takes over instead of the silence. Yes, it's
And you have
I,
to just, and that's why that I love that saying when they say, I I love raising my son. Even
come
him
on.
being
Let's say
at
that
his
one more
age.
time. Just say that out loud because people that you
I
love it.
I love raising my son. He's 15 and I love his age. And people kind of always say this is the stage most mothers hate. They hate this stage. They be like, they frowned upon this. And I said, no, this is the best stage of life to me because this is the stage where I am teaching him to control what's inside him, like teaching him to walk with movement, teaching him the world, teaching him. Because when he gets out of here, when he leaves my home, I have to, he represents me now. And I need to say, I can honestly say, I did that. He made the
Mhm.
right choice. He made the right
Mama, you did
decision.
that.
I did that. He didn't just get out here. And even when people talk to him, I have to, okay, we don't have to always respond. We don't always have to give him a response. We don't have to always say something. People are entitled to say whatever they like. They're entitled, they are. It was called freedom of speech for a reason. Now, the thing is that I have to choose whether I respond to what you just said. Even if
Yeah,
you look at the world today, if you look at our world, people are saying and speaking
too much.
all too much,
Too much.
Mhm.
too much.
They need a good shut up.
It's
Exactly.
chaos happening all around us. People at my job, it's people say stuff all the time, and I have to choose my words very wisely at
Yes.
work
Yeah.
because we're living in not that we're living, but we are rebirthing a new era. That's what we are rebirthing a new era that has always been there, but it is very strong and
Bold.
bolder.
Yes,
People
it
feel
is very
bold.
much so. Yes, very
Yeah.
much so.
So
And
right
I
now.
love that you're giving your son the nuggets of
Yes.
wisdom because a lot of parents, and let's just keep it real. You mentioned your job several times. When you are doing a job, a lot of times you're away from home, and so a lot of people, because they are away from home, children raise themselves, and so they figure it
Absolutely.
out. They go to their friends and see how are you, what are y'all doing? They say, "Man, it was with me. I do this right there," and they start following in. But you're taking the responsibility and the accountability to say that that's mine right there. And when he
Hmm.
leaves from me and goes out into the world, he's a representation of everything I poured into him. All
Absolutely.
the crying, sleepless nights, all the worrying, all the stress, all the love, all the joy, all the peace, all the calmness that I can give him so that he can understand to make wise decisions because
Hmm.
I need him around for a long time. Not a hothead who goes out here and somebody decides to do something different and take him from me.
Absolutely.
He's gonna
Yeah.
know the difference, you know.
Yeah.
And giving that to him is so powerful because I don't think everybody gets this, well, in reality, everybody doesn't get the same background and encouragement and foundation set. And
Mm.
you're intentional about what you're doing with him so that he can become somebody that you're proud of once he leaves your home. And I say,
Yes,
great
his
job.
little lion is a lot like me. That little lion
So
inside
you
of him,
already recognize it.
that yes, that little lion in him is a whole lot of me. I already see it. I was like, ooh, you know how you see the reflection of you, and
Yes,
you see it's
yes.
strong. And that's the male version of me, so it's even
Mm-hmm,
stronger. And I was
mm-hmm,
like, hold on,
Hmm.
it's. I told when we started back talking, I said, okay, the beginning of the year looked totally different than what I anticipated. In December, I had my vision board ready. I was ready, set, grounded, and January hit, and it did a complete 360 on me, and that was because of him. And I had to revamp my whole vision board and refocus on him because his little lion in him was kind of it was perking up. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. So
Let's
we
put some stop to this.
put some it changes things you pivot some you have to be able to pivot your lioness. You have to be able to pivot the movement around you. One thing I always say with mothers, let your kids speak. Let them be
Hmm.
as open as possible, even when you
Yes.
feel the lioness ready to knock them out, or you
Yes.
feel the lioness ready to come out because who you
Yes.
talking to, who you
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yep.
is coming, but let them,
Let
because
them. I
let them
agree.
speak. Let them speak to you, because
Yes.
when they can't speak to you,
They gonna speak to somebody. They
they're
gonna
gonna speak to somebody.
no,
Mhm.
They're
it's
gonna
not
speak to
you. That's
someone. It might
why
Well,
not.
then they'll be hiding. And the reality is, you don't want your children to not feel like they can come to you with anything.
with
And
Right.
then
anything.
you start getting into the position where you're bucking up and you're like, you don't talk, you know what I'm saying? All those harshness that comes out of us because we feel like you're not going to disrespect me and all those things. No, you're not. But at the same time, you want them to open up because they need a place to always go
A
to.
safe place.
Absolutely.
Because when life starts lifing, there are going to be times where they're going to be discouraged or frustrated or
Mhm.
overwhelmed or angry.
Absolutely.
And they need to be able to know that they can come to you and
Mhm.
you can, just like your grandmother said, let me help
Let's go
you
to
manage
Proverbs.
it. Let me
And
help
and let me tell you, through January through February, we were in this book. I was using my own book on my own self, because I'm
you.
having to redirect. So, in the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna be focused on my book. I'm about to be doing this
I
and doing
love the
that.
world. I'm promoting now. Love.
And it wasn't that. I'm
Yep.
just now getting back to promoting my book,
Yes.
because I had to take care of priorities here at home, because that means a lot to me, and I don't want him to ever feel that I'm not listening, that I do not hear him, because his little lioness is me. I know
Yeah.
that for a fact. Knowing your cup, knowing that, ooh, I done seen that person before. I done
Yes.
seen that little lion before. I know what that lion is capable of.
Yes.
And my job as his mom, and I tell him this all the time. He is a better 15-year-old than I was. Where my mind was at 15, he's nowhere near that.
Praise God.
He's
But
nowhere near
it's
that.
something you have done too. The one thing that I love that you're saying about your parenthood is that you love it. And anything that you love, you give it your all.
You
I
give it
tell
your all,
you give
yes. And
it your all. You
I hear when people,
whisper,
I hear people say they hate it. I be like,
but see,
how?
but how the mouth, the words that come out of your mouth, the power of your tongue is so essential, and people don't understand when they say they have a problem with parenthood. They're speaking against their son daughter relationship.
Right.
They're speaking against it. Now is it times that you like, oh, I'm trying to figure this out, but let me tell you something. Let us remind ourselves, it was times our mama and daddy and grandmama was saying, I don't know who this. I mean, like they was going through the same.
That's
You
me.
know how they say
And
when now you
sometimes,
smelling yourself. You know, you
You
yes,
start
smelling
smelling yourself. You
yourself.
smell that,
when
yes. You
God,
know, oh, wait a
when
minute.
God saying to us, like, who
Yes,
do she think she is? Like
Yes.
God says, I didn't raise her like that. I
thank
didn't
you.
like God is so if God's gonna do it, our parents have done it. Of course, in parenthood, you gonna be sometimes like, ooh, I could slap the teeth. I could slap.
Oh,
Oh,
and
the way
what's the
I
saying? We had
could
to
back slap. But you
just
like,
come to and I always just, sometimes you have to pause.
yeah.
And one thing I love the most, just even within my book, um and learning my own lioness, learning
Mhm.
learning her. And it's many different stages of the lioness. There's so many stages, because we're not the same person we were in our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, so on and so on, our 50s. We change. Every year is a new, it's like a new chapter.
Uh,
You're either going to be a
every year,
repeat,
every
you're either going to
month.
be a you're going to repeat it. You're either going to repeat
Right,
last year, or you're going to
right.
say, I learned a lot
Away.
last year. This year I'm going to do some things different. And just during the journey of writing, understanding my own storm, understanding my own emotions, understanding, uh I knew he's 15. I said, I feel like his balls have dropped and got a little bigger on me. I said, he's that mouth and got a little bolder. Just understanding that, having to me and the lioness within her, just having to readapt each time. I'm readapting. Um,
Mhm.
and that's the beautiful part about, to me, every day. It's just, every day is a new day. We get 365 days a year to try again.
To
To try
try.
again. The try
Try
again is
again.
every year.
Yeah.
You can. That's one thing. I love this song by Donna McCart. You fall and get back up again.
Get
You
back up
just
again.
you do.
Yes.
You fall and you can get back up again. And then it's just your will, your power, your strength to get up.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you're grieving, whether you are going through a broken marriage, whether everybody started this year off completely different. You're trying to start your weight loss journey. You starting over. You can keep going, you can keep falling, and you will get back up again
Yes.
every
And
day.
look at the power in that, though, because when you think of, and I love that you use a lion and lioness as the representation, because you think of the lion as the king of the jungle. And so you think about that strength and that power. So when you fall down, you don't have any choice but to get back up because
You
that's how
have
you
to
were
get
built.
up.
We're built for this life. You're
We
built.
are.
God put you here because He knew that you can handle the storm. You can
Yeah.
handle whatever comes your way, but you got to know that. And if you personify it as a lioness inside of you, then you already know she's not going to lie down. She is going to roar when she needs to. And it's going to be times where a lion may just sit there and look. You know, when you see pictures of movies and things and they look at the lion in the jungle, right? And they stare
Mm-hmm.
at you like, how dare you come and invade my space? How dare you? And
Mm-hmm.
they look at you and it's intimidating. You got to feel
Absolutely.
that part of that inside of you that how dare you come and try to wreck my spirit? How dare you come and try to tear me down? How dare you? Because what you're saying is not in alignment with who God says I am. And when you can get that in your mind, now you're unshakable, unbreakable, and unstoppable.
Absolutely.
Yes, you are
Absolutely.
Everything
her.
in is going to come out and represent who you represent.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And when I think of that lioness, I think about that inner child. That's who mine is that inner girl inside of me that I had to go back and get, and
Absolutely.
that now lives within me, because that little girl would have snapped. That little girl would have
Absolutely.
cried out. That
Absolutely.
little girl had zero control of
Absolutely.
emotions. And that is and but you have to decide, do you want to keep that just behind and act like it never happened, or never, I'm not gonna touch that up. I'm a new person now, so I'm a no. That lioness inside of you is still inside you. Whether you want to play like it's not, and I think that's where a
Oh,
lot of people are pretending to be okay, and they're not okay.
they're
they're
down.
pre-
Okay.
they're, they're
True,
functioning. Just
true.
because you function, just because you can get up and go to work every day, does not mean that you are okay. It's
Absolutely.
that inner side of you. If you and you can tell, because people facial,
Absolutely.
their skin, their weight gets out of control, either one way or the other. Like, you can still see it, and they're still trying to pretend
Absolutely.
that they're okay. So I
Yeah.
love that you're not a 30-day devotion, not 31 days, but you went through 90 days. Like, we're gonna go through this full probationary period so that we can get this together. You didn't shortchange it. You said no, 90 days.
And
And
I,
that's
and I love doing it in 90 days because I feel
no,
like when you have something in your hand that says 365 days, it
yeah,
looks like it's a lot. It
yeah.
feels like a lot.
It's
But
too much. It's
if I
It
can
gets
overwhelming.
say
It's
overwhelming.
it
It does.
seems
overwhelming.
overwhelming, but I
And
have
you're
four
Mhm.
not even
books.
gonna start.
I do
You
have four books. I do have four books
oh,
of 365 days. I have four
oh,
books.
But
But
it's in bite size because it's seasonal. Just like you said, how
yes,
decade to decade, seasonally, we
that is
change.
beautiful.
we do.
Seasonally, every 90
Every
days, there's
day
something
if
different
something
coming up.
changes, something
Mm-hmm.
happens. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if I can say I always say if I can if I'm gonna try for you, we go into a goal and we say for this year this is what we're gonna
Yeah,
do.
that's too
I
long.
That's a lot. And in our mind we give up within the first 30
Mm-hmm.
days
5
of our
days.
goal. We give up really fast. As quick as we
Mm-hmm.
say, this is what I'm gonna do this year. Our vision board looks this beautiful board. It looks okay, I'm ready. And as soon as we enter this year, everything has changed. I'm sure a lot of us are looking around the world looking at gas right now, and we're like, a lot is changing. The chaos is moving.
Mm-hmm.
That's how chaos moves. It moves all around us. It moves in so many different ways. The way you walk into your home, it looks completely different. The way we wake up and what we're eating looks completely different. What we do every day looks different on an everyday basis. If something happens every day, you get a phone call. Look, girl, guess what? What? It's something happens every day. And I love that it's in the 90 days because I can say, okay, I'm going to for 90 days.
Yeah.
I'm going to be consistent. I can do this for
That's
90 days.
intentional. That is
And then in my last time, you know what? I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna get ready for April because
yeah.
April's coming, and
Yeah.
I'm. That's another 90 days. So giving yourself
Mhm.
short goals instead of long
Yes.
goals, and that's in life in general.
Yep.
If you can say I'm gonna focus for 15 days, 15 say 15 days of going to the gym. I'm gonna do this every day for 15 days, not without breaking my focus. Then
Without
guess what?
excuses.
You can go do another 15. But
Mm-hmm.
give yourself, I would say, small accomplishments,
Yep.
not big accomplishments, because those big ones will come because before you know it, you look up, a whole year has gone by,
Yep.
and you now here you are. You
Yep.
done done this a whole year with just short goals.
Yeah. And didn't even realize it.
Didn't
Didn't
even
even realize
realize it.
I have completed the journey. So it
You
was really
completed
I
a
good.
love
whole
that. I
journey.
love the
Me
shift
too.
of that to be able to do a manageable something because a lot of
Yeah.
times people set themselves up for failure
Yep.
because, like you said, you know the lioness within. You know that you struggle with certain things,
Yep.
and to put a big
Put
365-day goal
365
out
that.
there, that's too much. You already know I'm not going to follow this workout plan. I'm not going to do this. I mean, you know, you put the vision board and you with everybody, and you cutting out and pasting and doing all that. You got
And
showing
January
up.
1st come.
Yep. And
Yes.
then
Take a
in
good
less
look
than
at me now because
thank
this is not
you.
who I'm a
And in
bit.
less than 8 days, you're back like, I want to eat me some ice cream. I want to do this because you already knew while you were skinning and grinning at everybody and putting it
Mm-hmm.
out there that you
Absolutely.
weren't going to follow through. And so to be able to give yourself smaller goals gives you reasons to celebrate more often because now I've
Absolutely.
hit it. If I say I got a 90-day goal, 90 days I can celebrate versus saying I got a 365-day goal and in
It
I,
90
seemed like
days
it's such a long time to get to. It feel like
yes.
forever.
exactly.
And ever
It
and
looks like
ever.
forever. It's
And
like
you're
walking
doing
across
it
the
by
desert. Like, girl, I
seasons.
don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna probably be tired. I'm gonna be thirsty. I don't know if I can do this. And you
It's
give up.
harder to say. If I that's what I said. I always tell people set. I even tell my son that set shorter goals. What do you want to do this week?
Yeah.
What is your goals for the week?
For the week.
For the week. What are your
Yeah.
goals for the week? Okay, tell me. And this is what you want to do. Then I expect you to do that for the
Mm-hmm.
week. It's short goals. It's not a marathon. Little
Yeah.
sprints.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Little
sprint
sprint.
there.
Look,
Little sprint
little sprint.
little
Little
sprints. It's
sprint.
not. We
Yeah.
don't have to run a marathon. I don't expect him or anyone. It can be a 2 day goal. It can be as short
Dude, I did
as
one
Whatever
day.
you
one
need
day.
because
I
This
did it
is the
today.
day,
I did
God.
it today. I
God,
did it.
exactly.
today,
I
we
did
get
it.
Exactly.
Today. I
because
did it
I'm not
today.
worried about tomorrow. That's
Yes.
what we get so caught up about
Mm-hmm.
worrying. Look, tomorrow
I don't know what's gonna happen
But
tomorrow.
Saturday
everything will
has
take
its
care of
own
itself.
So
thing,
today.
but today,
For today. Exactly. And you know what, Alexis, the other young lady that's the co-host with us, Natasha, she talks about addictions. And
yep,
the reality is addiction, when you have the addiction behavior, and we all do in some
we
form, it's
all
not
do.
just
We do.
in alcohol and drugs, it can be in eating, it can be in another man or woman, it can be in, you know, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
You have addictions. And the thing about it is when you have addiction, you can't think long term. You got to make it day by day because it's a
Day by
daily
day.
choice. And so when you
Absolutely.
realize that, okay, let me just make a choice to get through today. Okay, I did that. Okay, and I didn't have to go and look outside of myself to get something to help appease myself. Okay, now let me go to the next day. And before you know it, you look back and say, oh my God, I've not been addicted to this in 30 days. Oh, now it's 45 days. Oh, now it's 60 days. But it is the small steps that you have to celebrate because people maybe think like, oh girl, one day is nothing. One day is everything for
It's
somebody.
everything.
One day is them
It's
24. Because think
it
about it. In
is.
the day, we call it 24 hours, but we don't get 24 hours
We
of
do not.
that day.
We do not.
We supposed to sleep what 6 to 8 hours.
And we
Right.
don't.
And we don't look.
Well,
I
Alexis,
don't.
I I do.
Yeah, she do.
No, I
That's
do.
good.
But then you go to work for 8 to 10 hours
That's
Right.
somebody else's time
at
that you were doing
somebody
something
else's
else.
time.
Absolutely.
Then you have to build yourself back up on the way back on the way home to get ready for family. You got to build that strength back up
You
because
got to go into motherhood. You got to go into,
because
or you, or
Because
all.
it's
you gotta
time
go.
to pick up kids from school. They have whatever they playing, basketball, soccer, something. You got practice here. You have a then you a part of the church community. So you have a meeting with the church. You have everybody's pulling on. So for you, your time is like an hour.
It's like an hour. And if and my hour is this right here. This is
And
my
you have
hour.
to because but
I
the
make time for
thing
this.
is you
I
have to
make time for this.
intentionally
But
I
that
make
you
this.
that if that's
because
all I have,
you have to
then
I
make
make time
my
for
time.
1 hour
this.
belongs to me and you can't
Uh-huh.
have
Absolutely.
none of
Mhm.
it.
And I have no problem telling my son, go to your room.
Because I'm
Yes.
making
I
time for
need,
me.
give me, I'll be back in an hour. Go to your room.
But look at that boundary that you have built. You have built a boundary at your home that you're going to get. I'm not asking you for permission. I'm demanding this hour belongs to me. So I need you to go
Absolutely.
to your room and you better not let your lioness come out of you while you in your room while I'm over here trying to get myself together to equip me so go act like you have some sense in this hour as I'm
And
over
a lot
here.
of times, his that hour for me is during cooking. When I'm cooking, that's my hour. That's when I'm cooking. When I start cooking, he knows. Go away. Get out of my kitchen. Don't ask me. Don't anything. Don't even ask me when food is ready. Don't say a word to me within this. I'm serious. He know.
But
I'm.
that's
If he,
I
Let
love it.
me enjoy
that
this
is my
time.
Let
time.
me enjoy.
My when I'm cooking, I love to cook for one. So that is that's my
Me
favorite, one
too.
of my little passions. And so during this time, I got my music playing. That's my aroma time. I might be reading my scripture. A lot of times that's and I even go over an hour sometimes. If I'm deep within it, it might go over an hour.
And you
But
better not
you
say
will
nothing.
eat. You will eat. You will eat. You're not starving. You are okay. Because I cook all the time. I cook every day. So during that time, hey, he knows when I start cooking, he just walks away. Take the dog with you. Take the
What you
dog with
say?
you
Take your dog with you.
so you don't come down these steps until I call you and say dinner is ready. That means I am now ready. I'm done with my little time. That is I you make your time and just that
It's
simple.
intentional.
I made my time just by cooking dinner.
Yes.
Don't everybody go to their room. This is peaceful, it's quiet. I'm just doing my thing.
I'm
And in
every
that time, I might be listening to my gospel music. I might be reading my book. I might be catching up on some emails. It's just that's my time. But I'm still cooking. I'm still doing. But I
still
just
making it happen.
am making it happen. But during my time, and I think it's important to make time for yourself.
It
It
is.
You have to stop.
is.
You have to
It
stop
is.
Mhm.
and make
Just
time for
because you
yourself.
have
If you
all
want to go
these
take a
titles.
bath, I might go take a bath. Go take a bath. This is your time. You have to use the word sometimes and just say stop. And that's really controlling, again, controlling that lioness within you and saying, you know what, my lioness we need to soak.
Hmm.
I need to soak her. We need to soak because when I come back out, I will, Alexis will
I,
reappear.
yeah,
Because if I don't go
It's
soak
a
her,
beautiful thing that you're
that
in
is.
tune with yourself because for a
Yes.
lot of women, they
are
have
not.
assumed so many
We
roles
we
young
never
women
knew how
age.
important it was. They said
Exactly.
it was
To know
important for
yourself
you to
enough
be
to
a
know what
wife.
you need.
Oh
Yeah,
Right.
they
yeah.
only told us the important things in life was to be a wife, to be a
No.
mother, have a good job, go to raise your kids. They,
But
they
never to
only told.
prioritize
They
yourself.
never
Nobody's told you
said.
that.
They never told you that you matter.
You
You
matter.
you
You
matter.
matter.
Nobody
Alexis, will
said.
you read a portion of one? I see you going to the book.
Yes,
Will you
you're
read some
going.
I
scripture?
am, and I was going to tell you. So the first month, and we'll just go through January. It's identity and worth. The first
Mhm.
month of January is about identity. Um, that you have to start with yourself. In the month of January, you start with yourself. And
Yes.
that's what people
I
miss all
love
the times. We wear our emotions on our sleeves. That's a true statement. Women, we are creatures of emotions, or a lot of people like to look at that as a bad thing.
that
But God
black
made
mirror.
women. God made women full of emotions. He made us hormonal. But what He didn't say was to just out here acting a fool with your emotions either. He didn't say go do that. He didn't say go create chaos with your emotions. So you have to learn how to control your emotions and learning the identity of yourself and becoming into yourself. The month of
Yes,
February is self-love, because you have to love yourself in order to we got no, it starts with you.
it starts with you.
It starts with you
And
loving
I love you
yourself.
did it as a build up. A
I, it's,
build up.
every month builds into something different. And once you identifying self, and that means understanding what are my triggers? What triggers me? Then understanding, okay, how do I self-love those triggers? How do I love these triggers enough? How do I love them? How do I give them the love they need? What Okay, I need to spend an hour with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go take a bath.
Yeah.
There are things that we can do. Um, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this ice cream tub, and you guys are going to go to your room, and I'm going to do this. This is my time to do whatever. It 1 hour, and it be, and a lot of times it'd be two. It might be the best hour of your day. I cannot wait to get home. People always say, I can't wait to get home to cook, because that's my time. I
Yes.
love to go home to cook.
Me.
People always say
Oh,
your
I
son is gonna be
understand.
spoiled. Your son is gonna be
Well,
when he
well,
get
you
ready to
know
get
what?
married. That's
If
okay.
that's
That's my
okay.
time. That's my time. I get ready to go home to enjoy my time.
Yes.
And then you go into the month of March, and it's your spiritual growth from January and February. We identified ourselves, we understand self-love, and then we got ready to go into our spiritual growth. And every month changes, because whichever month you step into purchase, you get a book. If you get a book, if you step into May, if you go into June, that is your time to start your spiritual journey. It doesn't matter when you started, you just started it. It doesn't matter when you open up your book, when you open up your Bible, when you open up any type of spiritual journey. You don't People always say you gotta wait to journey. No, you
Uh,
open it when you open it. When you
yes.
open it, that's when you start.
Yeah. Because January is not out for everybody.
It's
So
not.
it's because and I love that you say you open it whenever. And let's put another one on there. And you start over whenever you
You
choose.
start
So
over whenever you
if
start.
it is February, I
Give
mean if
yourself
it's
permission for that
August
because we
and
don't.
Yes.
I need to start all over and people like, but we're way into the new year. Nope.
No, it's
I'm
not.
no, no.
We start
Because
over.
we have to stop letting people determine
Yes.
or a calendar or a clock
Yes.
determine what our start over is.
Yes.
That's
I have
good.
to reset my day
Every
a
day.
lot of
Every
times.
day.
It's one like it's only what 6 weeks, 24 hours, and I might set it 5 times. But I
Reset it.
will keep resetting until I can get it under control. Because if I don't reset it, that uncontrol takes flight.
Absolutely.
So
And
I
every
you said
and
the
we, as many
watch.
times as we hit the snooze button in the morning,
Yes. Hey, if you
Then
can
you
hit the
gotta get
snooze, you can reset
we
in
why
hit
do
that
you
snooze.
think
seconds.
I
it's
know
a
I do. I hit the snooze button at least 3 times every morning
Yes.
before I get up, and I finally have to say, okay, I got to get up. I got to
You
start
got
my
it.
day.
but
Exactly. Exactly.
how about those times that you hitting the snooze because you're woke, you're awake. You,
Absolutely.
but you still hitting snooze because I'm not getting up right now. I just
I'm not
don't
ready.
want to get up right now.
I'm not ready.
I'm not asleep, but I'm not ready yet. I'm not
And when
ready.
you are ready, because there will become a point where you are ready. And when you are ready, that's when you're ready. No, your time is your time. My time is my time. You can't direct my time. I can't direct your time. Only God can direct that.
Yeah.
And He will. But when you are ready, He'll give you those little steps and say, "Go ahead and step into this. Step into that. Step.
Step
Take you.
into it.
when you're ready, and it will
Yep.
come. It will just uh, awaken
You
in you.
know
It's
when, yeah.
Yes.
You
it will
know
just
when it's
awaken in
time.
you, and you'll say, you know what, I need to get her under control. I'm out of control. I
I'm
am out of control. And a lot of times our friends will tell us that too. People around you tell you when you're out of control, and we
They
don't
yes.
want to
know that.
listen.
They know.
They know, but the thing
We
about it is, people will tell you, and you're in denial because you're
and you're
just
in
like,
Yes.
oh,
denial.
that's not me, or oh, no, whatever. But
Yes.
again, there comes a point in time when you're ready to say that, you know what,
Absolutely.
I've been out here acting a fool one time too many. Let me calm myself down because this is not me. Like you can almost hear your grandmother in your head say, I didn't raise you to do that. God is
What are
tapping you
you
to say,
chasing?
that's not what I
Absolutely.
created for you. This is not the life that I want for you. I have a plan and purpose for you. Now you need to awaken to what he has for you so
Absolutely.
that you
Hmm.
can start that pathway. And I love that you still started within, not seeking
Hmm.
it from without. It's what's within you that is going to help you become who you're
Absolutely.
supposed to be. So when we talk about, this year our focus has been on healing for real. And you have to
Absolutely.
heal in order to be able to tame that lioness, in order to know how to use her in any given situation. Because there are some times when you have to be bold and you have to speak up and you have to have that confidence, not
Absolutely.
arrogance, but
Yes.
confidence. You got
Confidence.
to have that confidence in order to show up to who God called you to be. And
Absolutely.
it can be scary. I mean, I know that the Bible says, about fear. He didn't give us a spirit of fear, but there are times where you may feel like, oh, but when you tap in, you
Absolutely.
realize I'm built for this and I can
Hmm.
do hard things. And
Mm-hmm.
once you accomplish it, then you go on to the next. But it's a continuous building and speaking life and understanding how to make sure that your lioness is being well taken
Absolutely.
care of. You know what I'm
Well
saying? You
taken
have to
care of.
maintain and but nurture your lioness
Absolutely.
inside. And I think when we give ourselves, like you said, this is my hour. This is the boundary that I create because
It
I
belongs
need
to
this to
me.
ensure that we're still moving forward like we're supposed to. I'm not wounded. I'm not still dealing with unresolved issues because I'm able to take my time. And when I do that,
Absolutely.
it's just like putting lotion on your skin. When your skin is dry, when it's dry, it's itchy, it looks crusty, it's not
Yeah.
pretty, it looks all crazy. But
It
when you
don't
take
feel
time
good.
to really
Absolutely.
and get some good lotion, because if you get the cheap kind, it's sitting on top
It's
and
water.
it's flicking water, and you looking
Absolutely.
like child didn't do nothing now right back at it.
Yeah. You better
Now
get
you
that
gotta take some time
petroleum
to
gel,
massage that
please.
good stuff
Absolutely.
in.
And it's important to take that time for your
It
spiritual
is.
time. Give
And
yourself spiritual time. We
Yes.
give ourselves a lot of time. We give ourselves time to go get our hair done. We give ourselves time to go get our feet, our nails done, but we
Yeah.
do not give our spiritual self time.
At
that's
And
spiritual
good.
self time.
That's good.
it's important to make time for that spiritual time. It is. Because that's where we learn to control. Give your even just doing a daily affirmation every day,
Every day.
every day. I'm beautiful. I feel even when I don't feel like it. I
Yeah.
am beautiful. Even
But
when I
but beautiful is not what people forget too. Beautiful is not outside appearance.
right.
Beauty is that beauty inside.
Side
That
of
Mm.
you.
beauty. It's not about like everybody think when you say beautiful, you like you think she's beautiful. Like she don't look that
Oh, I
beautiful
think
to
she's
me.
gorgeous.
I think she is
Thank you.
gorgeous. Have you spoken with
Spoken to
her?
her.
because
Yes.
you
Have you
because
spent
they're
some
not
time
looking
with
from
her?
that perspective. And it's
Absolutely.
the richness that you miss out on when you prejudge somebody and say, yeah, yeah, no, they ain't that, yeah, no, I'm not. But when you take the time to get to know the beautiful spirit that somebody has, that's
you
life changing.
you just
When you can
like
tap
she
into
is
that, I think
beautiful.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Alexis,
I
can
have
you read a
I have a
passage before we
coworker.
get done? Because I want somebody to understand what you have put, like a day or something. Pick a day out of the book and read before when you get through.
Okay, I have a coworker and she looks mean all the time. Everybody just says she's mean. She has a mean look. She just looks mean all the time. Not that
Mhm.
she is mean. And I asked them all the time, I said, have you spoken to her?
Exactly.
Have you walked up and said, hi, I am such and such? And she would probably respond and tell you her name. She's just quiet. She's just more of a quiet
She,
tone. But
my,
that doesn't
my
mean
hubby.
but doesn't mean she's mean. I said, don't always judge a book by its cover. She just that isn't always what it means. It just means to take the moment to speak to her, and she's actually got a really cute smile, little dimples. She's got a really, and they be kind of like, oh,
Really? Yeah, you like yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's. I said, have you? She's got 3 dogs.
But
So
What?
and
you,
the thing is, because of where you are, because you have your boundaries that you have built up, because you have done so much spiritual work to yourself, you can go up to that mean part that they calling mean, and you can go up because you're living on your overflow of
absolutely.
love. You can go up to her and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And she like, "Oh, somebody's talking to me. I'm
Somebody
good.
talking to me. Yeah,
Somebody
I speak
talk
to
to
her every
me."
day. Good
Like,
morning. And she be like, and she gets the whole,
you
she walks
like,
up to me. And I,
because she can feel like she is not judging me. She's not trying to attack me. She ain't saying you, because you know how many times people probably have told her how mean she looks
they do.
over
Mhm.
All
and
the
over
time.
and over. She
Mhm.
is sick and tired of people. Already, life could be so hard right now. They no, it could be a lot of things. She has had to live a hard life, so that mean mug is her protection mode.
It's her
Like
protection
people
mode.
don't even
Absolutely.
understand what people go through internal or what happened to
Internal.
them when they was 10, and that's how they live life. So thank you so much for being you, for being that person that will walk up to that person that looks that nobody wants to talk to, that you go catch her, because God went out after the one.
Absolutely.
He went after the one, and that's what our
Yes.
responsibility is. A lot of time is to go after that one, go approach that one
And they'll be the one that surprises you the most.
the
That
most,
that is the
and
truth.
has the
That
biggest
is the
heart.
truth.
That
They'll
will
be
be
the one that surprises you the most.
but
Exactly.
read
They
that,
will.
read us a day, because we
Okay. Well,
time goes
I'm
so
actually gonna read.
fast.
I'm gonna read today. Today is March 13th, and I love my books. I will honestly say that. Each book has like they have notes in there for you to do. There's also after each 7 days there are questions, because I feel again little short term, little sprints. We not little sprints. So every 7 days there are questions. There are reflections for the week. How did your week go? How did you do this week? It kind of gives you that little, what, this week was rough, or this was a good week, or it gives those uh, 1-2s, those gives you those
Mm.
abilities to be able to go back and reflect over the week. Because I think you need to reflect over your week. Don't
Mm-hmm.
just go
Absolutely.
into the next week with the same mentality that you had this week. You need to change your week. Every week needs to look different. It needs to look better. Sometimes it get worse. But those are those opportunities for you to ask those questions for yourself and kind of identify with how you're feeling with the scriptures, with those questions in here, with the daily affirmations, with the closing prayers. You can talk to the book when talking to yourself at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mhm.
think it's important. So every 7 days there are questions in here for you to reflect, and it's a morning reflection, it's a night reflection, because how we felt in the morning is going to be completely different how we
Completely.
sleep at
Absolutely.
night. How I feel when I wake up in the morning is not how I feel when I come home at night. It's the whole day that came by.
A
It
whole
was
day.
it was a lot. It was a lot that happened throughout the
Mhm.
day, and with that, you sometimes you need to write that down. It's a different morning and night. That's when I say dawn to dusk. So today is March 13th. Um, and I have not commanded you, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9 NIV version. That is your scripture for the day. And then we go into your reflection. Faith and courage walk hand in hand. God's presence makes you fearless in the face of the unknown. Life will test your bravery, but remember, courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means moving forward despite it. You are never alone, for the same God who parted the sea and calmed the storm walks beside you.
Amen.
Then you That's your reflection. Then you have your lioness reflection, which is your lioness notes. A lioness stands bold, even in unfamiliar territory. Her strength comes from knowing her pride stands with her. So, to those, your God, every near, every strong, every place you go, your lioness will stand with you, beside you, not in front of you. Then I love quotes. I feel like my grandma had a quote all the time. She had a quote. It would be, and a lot of her quotes were like old quotes,
Right.
but her quotes, I understood them.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I didn't always understand her metaphors, but I understand them now that I'm an adult.
Right.
I
Exactly.
didn't understand a
Exactly.
lot of stuff sometimes, but as I think back to sometimes the things she would say, oh, I know. Oh,
Makes sense.
it
Makes
makes
sense.
sense now.
So she's not as crazy as you thought she was. Now
Right.
you
It's-
like,
even with my parents, even with my parents are the same. I feel the same way. Um, a lot of things we didn't understand when we were kids, and we understand, and they will always say, "You'll understand it when you get your own." Oh, I understand it. I got it now. I understand things much more now than I ever did when I was 14, 15, around my son's stage. And I tell him the same thing. You don't understand it now, but you will when you become in
what
due
they say,
time.
by and by,
By and by.
by and by.
So my quote for the day is courage is the most important of all because without courage, you can't practice any other. And that's by Maya Angelou.
Okay.
And
Yes.
then for you like affirmation. So it's a daily affirmation in everyone. God's presence gives me courage. I rise, I move, I roar with divine confidence. And then
Yes.
if you will all bow your heads with me, we'll do our closing prayer. Lord, fill me with your holy courage. When fear knocks, let faith answer. Thank you for walking beside me wherever I go. Give me daily courage. Keep me bounded. Keep my boundaries where they need to be. Amen.
Amen. Keep our back
Amen.
where they need to be. I
Amen.
love that. What a perfect way to end our show. You better come in here
Yes,
and
for
end our
sure.
show for us. That is so beautiful.
Exactly.
It's been such a pleasure just to
Thank you.
like your voice is so calming and like you breathe out greatness. You breathe out
And
love.
that calm came over time.
He said,
That
"Oh
came
no, let
over
me tell
time.
you, this
But you
calm
said
ain't
this was not
My
an
my
overnight.
father my father loves to tell my son, he calls me grizzly bear. My dad calls me the grizzly bear. He'll say, you don't want to pull that grizzly bear out. Leave that thing in there.
Not
I,
when granddaddy telling them. You better
that
leave
leave
that.
that or he'll if something happens because the funny part is the way I was about my grandparents, my son is the exact same way. He loves to be with them every weekend. He is with his grandparents. They come get him like you most kids want to go do this do that. He wants to go to
Well,
his
Isn't
grandparents
that so
house.
that's
beautiful?
Like
amazing.
That is
That
it,
is
so
it
amazing.
and
beautiful.
I hear that all the time when people say your son, or they even say they hear that your grandson wants to be
And he's
with you guys,
15 and he
and he's
still
fit,
want and he
he's
still
still
desires to be with
to
them.
That's
be there.
amazing. I love that. I
They
love
teach him so much. Like he learns. I mean, cooking, clean. I mean, everything that I was taught, even with me teaching him, he loves going to his grandparents' house. Now, granted, their grandparents and their rules are totally different than my house. Okay, and
But he just deals with it,
but
right?
he loves going. When I just he asked me yesterday, "Are you gonna take me back to my grandparents' house?" I said, "Well, no. I brought you home for a reason. So I need you to go do this, and then I will take you because he's on spring break right now. So he's been over there all week. Hasn't called me, hasn't nothing. He don't. I don't
He
exist
said, go
when
cook whatever you want to cook. Go do
go.
whatever.
I don't
You don't
exist.
call and say, "Hey, I gotta do something." He said, "Oh, okay, go ahead, because I'm over here with my grandparents."
I don't exist when he's at his grandparents' house. He don't until Sunday when he has to come home. That's when I exist. Other than that, if he is just there. When I picked him up, he was like, it's not time to go yet. And I said, I know that. I'm here
So
to
come spend some time with me.
let's go.
You're,
Let's
but
go.
that generation legacy that your family is is pulling out, that you spent all that time with your grandmother, that he spends with his grandparents, they're gonna, and then his kids gonna spend it with you. Like that tradition,
That's
that
awesome.
generation that
Yes.
you all are building is so admirable. It's so
Yes,
admirable.
it is.
That is
Yes, it
And a
is.
lot of it, and even my girlfriends, even their kids, they don't go to their grandparents. Their kids are they think it's amazing how much my son loves to be with his grandparents.
yeah.
But I said I would want to be with my grandparents too. If I'm eating red lobster and steak and the way they feed him, I would. He
Cause
will
the
send me. Let me
grandkids
take.
get whatever.
He will send me pictures of granddaddy. Mama, look what granddaddy made me, a seafood boil, lobster, lobster legs, corn, potato. He got a whole little pan, and he'll send me a picture of that. And I said, you can't say nothing else. Just send me a picture. Look what granddaddy cooked for
No,
me.
what? And if you would have fixed your mouth to ask them to make you a seafood boil, they would have been like, "You and lost your everlasting mind. You better
You
go
better
and
Yes.
get
get
in there and fix you a
spaghetti."
sandwich and call it a
He
day.
had Fred. He had buffalo fish, spaghetti, and coleslaw. He
Oh,
gets a new meal almost every day. I said, I said that's why I said, oh, I know why my son likes going over there. I truly do.
I would
I would
too.
want to
He
go
said
to
he
my
eats well.
grandparents. He eats well over there, well
He eats
beyond my
well.
budget, and I. I'd be like, oh, oh, look at that ribeye. Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow.
That part. That
Our
part.
time is coming, Alexa. We're
Lamb
gonna enjoy it
chops.
one day,
Come
Angela.
on,
We're gonna
lamb chops. I'm loving it.
yes.
I'm loving it.
You
Look,
love some lamb
we're
chops.
loving
But
this
it's
life.
at the top of the hour. We have to
Yes.
go because Alexis, you can come back anytime because
Yes, for
let me tell you,
sure.
it's no
Alexis has a
pulling.
TikTok account, Sparkle, so I want her to tell people how to
Yeah.
follow her because she does get on there and give some
I
wisdom
do.
and
I
inspiration.
do. You got to come on my TikTok page. It's Lexi Gio, LEXIGO on TikTok. And then my website is www.lioness.love. And then I think it's important that my son is born on Valentine's Day. So my website ends with love.
Yes, that is so
Nice,
beautiful.
nice,
It
nice.
has been such a
It,
pleasure.
it
Like,
has.
do you? What's your Facebook name for? Do you have a Facebook?
Just my name is also
Okay.
Alexis
Okay.
Holmes.
Okay. Well, go connect with her. Connect with her on TikTok. Go check out her website because you know people nosy. So go ahead and be nosy on her website. While you there,
Please.
while they there, can they buy your book on your
Yes,
website? While you
absolutely.
over there, buy your book. And Angela also had put the website to purchase her book. Empower Morning Show loves supporting people.
Thank you guys
So
so
we
much.
love the support. So and I have to give them this last nugget. She's from Tennessee. Alexis is from Tennessee. Because only thing that comes out of Tennessee is these phenomenal,
Great.
amazing,
Great
grateful
things come
women.
from Tennessee.
I just had to add that part.
Absolutely. Amen.
For sure. That part.
But do you have one last something that you would like to tell them?
I do.
Um,
I would. Just remember that you have a choice, and your choices also have consequences. So remember your choices in life, no matter what it is, you can do this, and you have the right to make the right choice or the wrong choice. They say think before you speak, think before you speak. Control what's within you. You can, because you sometimes we have to. I can't just go when they make me mad at Walmart. I can't say how I feel because I have to get back home to my child, and I don't need any disruptions in my life. I have to think about the people around me. How does my actions reflect the people around me?
mhm.
So ensuring
Amen.
that you're controlling your lioness and that you're doing the one that's doing the moving and the talking.
Amen. Amen.
Alexis, somebody wanted to know about your TikTok address. Can you give that again, please?
Yes, it is Lexigio, Lexi space Gio.
All right. Lexi Geo, we got it. All right,
Lexi
so y'all make
Go.
sure you follow her on TikTok and then, go to her website. If you can give that again too, please, Alexis.
Yes, ma'am. It's www.lioness, LIONESS.love.
Miss Patricia said, three beauties from Tennessee. Yes, we love it.
Absolutely.
We
Tennessee.
represent. We
And
represent.
thank you guys so much for having me. I really do appreciate this opportunity. Um, just getting back into the groove of things, because it never stops. Even with, when you pivot, sometimes we have to pivot somewhere, and our pivot, long as we stay planted within the root of God, your foot will always stay planted. And then you have to pivot back. We have to pivot around us sometimes and adjust, make changes. But you your dreams will always stay there. Your goals will always stay there. They never go away. It's
Yes.
just when you choose to pick them back up again.
Yes. It's been
Amen.
a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Yes,
This
it has.
weekend, if while you're checking out Alexis, go ahead and get your ticket to Becoming Her. The Becoming Her experience is going down on April 25th.
Yeah.
April 25th is the day of a change, that you are coming into a room full of women that are
Mhm.
intentional about their becoming her. So the beautiful thing is we're going to deep dig in the middle, the first part of the day. And then the second part, we're going to wipe our tears. We're going to clean our face. We're going to put our good on makeup on. And we're going to comb our hair and be beautiful with our husband or with me. Come on, single ladies, single ladies, single men, single men. You never know who you can meet up. You better get cute. So come out and at the gala. So please support us as we are doing this Becoming Her on April the 25th. The early bird special is going on, and you don't want to pay real price. You know we like a discount.
Absolutely.
You know we like some good
We like
discount.
good
So
discounts. Get it now. Get
get
your
it
ticket today.
now. Get it today. This weekend is here. So go ahead and get your ticket to the experience and then get your ticket to the gala, or put it all in one and just get one ticket for both of them. Don't come along because you don't want somebody to be mad at you when your life is elevating and they want to know
Absolutely.
what happened. And
Thank
you're like,
you.
I was at a Becoming Her on April 25th and we made
Yes.
a plea for
And
a
had a
life change.
transformation, honey. So
Absolutely.
good.
So please
Yes.
come out, get your tickets. If you have any questions about the tickets, you can contact me. You can contact Angela. You can Decora and S Marie. It doesn't matter. Just send us just put a message on it. Somebody I'll contact you.
Yes, for
Get your
sure.
tickets. Early bird special is coming to an end very soon, so we can't keep waiting on you. So go ahead and get your tickets.
Amen.
Yes, I believe God. Do you believe God? We believe God. We believe God. We believe God. Have a blessed day. Happy Friday 13th.